bafowethu imashi yaseGoli ayibafana bakithi konakele. This is the mass eGoli Gauteng mass. Awu abantu abanganga bafana bakithi bongisho lapha imashi march that's leading by Gizwe Mkhunu and Amabu.
Today is 30th June 2026, and in South Africa today happens to be the biggest anti-migrants demonstration ever in the history of South Africa. March and March. They call it March and March because, according to them, they are marching and marching until they see victory or until they win. So when you go to South Africa today, the citizens are on the street protesting against illegal immigrants. The biggest anti-migrant demo at the ECOSO and there was South Africa. But is it peaceful? Are they controlling themselves without destroying properties? Well, some journalists in South Africa, according to this popular South African journalist, Tabiso, he says yesterday before, say, Adebachi, and there's a spaza, or let me say a store, which was looted. All the products from groceries, water, drinks, Omakutu, they looted it. So as it stands now, I wouldn't say it's all peaceful, because one or two pockets of violence be a coso. Man for starting looting, and you know South Africa are known for this. When they are doing demonstration, but could you say be shop be aqua.
So I'm in Mariannridge, Durban, and behind me is a shop, a spaza shop that was looted. The residents have told us that the looting took place last night and that this shop was run by an Ethiopian national. Now, what is interesting is that this shop was run by an Ethiopian national and was looted last night by some local people. But what is interesting is that if you see behind me, there's also another shop that is just a few meters away from this one that was looted, and this one is run by a local person. So that was not looted, but this shop here, the blue one, was looted by locals.
Actually, last night, as this looting started in Mariannridge, there were those youngsters who actually started like moving around, chanting Abahambe, Abahambe. And then one of those non-citizens at the square next to Triple M Tavern, there is a tuck shop there, of which they first looted. And then they attempt to loot another one, of which they failed because the police came and intercepted them. But later on, because things were quiet, we thought everything is quiet. Then we said those guys were patrolling there. They can go and sleep. We'll meet them in the morning around 5 o'clock. Then about 5 o'clock in the morning, then I called Neville Scaife, the PRO of Mariannridge Community Police Forum, to just drive around and see the situation if any of those tuck shops of these non-citizens were looted. Then after driving around, he gave me a call. He said, hey, things are gone worse. They're gone out of hand here, simply because plus or minus 8 of those non-citizens tuck shops were looted.
Popular South African journalists. So there are two shops. One is owned by a South African and the other is owned by an Ethiopian. But guess what? Those boys, South African boys and girls, looted the Ethiopian shop and left the one that belongs to the South African. Food stuff, drinks, biscuits, whatever. I don't know if maybe a scout or I don't know if they took money. Loot to the shopper, it belongs to the Ethiopian. But they left the shopper, South Africa, which is few meters away. So it looks like it is intentional. Let me put it that way. And some immigrants be started to almost shops. They don't know what will happen by the close of the day. I feel started just say nam chrome baby like a hotel. They will stand by the hotel. No share, probably hoping to be a foreigner or an immigrant. That is what they've been doing all day. By the close of the day, say but for now, according to them, almost illegal immigrants will come home. America issue ICE upper more immigrants or more citizens nankasa and a bet you upper more undocumented foreigners. Not the one in Kasepa and I'm a man for money documents. Almost free 30th June economy. On businesses, shops, barbering saloons, restaurants. So mo ban no mo hu se we are illegal immigrants, a foreigner without document, and you will
this country is going to get better. And after this, after the 30th, we are going to factories, we are going to farms, we are going to, your business is going to get hurt. Whoever is illegal immigrants in the country and illegal foreigners, your business is going to get hurt very bad, because it's not helping South Africa anyway.
One of the leaders of the March demonstration, the demonstration against anti-migrants, foreigners without documents in South Africa, or the name Samatuja. Or see, after 30th June, businesses, farms, restaurants, shops, saloons, they will hurt companies, they will hurt businesses. If they find out, say, only documents and it's not Kumonoma, I'm sure for an answer to one, and then almost you see Kumono. How the videos need be all much say usually in other parts of the world when they are doing demonstrations, some will be holding placards, maybe with written whatever, but mapa sticks and a quick much is almost in Nam town. No more Tonyo near the I just we lose our helmet mabro. You already of course when they match demonstration in South Africa.
They've been taken care of, and they know. We, as the people that live with them on a daily basis, we knew they don't have documents. We've never abused them. We've never even. They don't even face the discrimination that South Africans face. You know, as a black South African, you know, at workplace, you face a lot of prejudice from other Indians or colored or whites. You see, there are a lot of issues in this country. They know nothing about those struggles themselves, because we take them as our brothers. Even the Pakistanis, they know all of this stuff. And here we are, explaining ourselves over and over again. You see? So yeah. So we're not xenophobic, guys. It's nothing of that sort. Anyone who tries to paint it as that is deliberately pushing their own propaganda. So we should stand for our country. We're very proud of the March and March. I, for one, am proud of it. I'm glad, and I've showed it. The reason why I even went live is to show that it's not violent. No one was being abused. No buildings were being tarnished. In fact, even on the empty streets, you see it's closed here. But no one is trying to loot or do anything that's illegal. Look. Some places have been shut down, but no one is looting, no one is doing anything illegal. So they are not bad people trying to do bad things. It's just proper South Africans. They said, obviously there are those people with no brains. I'm not going to talk to those people. I'm not even trying to address you guys. You see? Yeah, shout out to those people who are watching from other countries. Guys, South Africa is a very loving country. You should come here and visit for yourself. You experience the country. You'll see that there's no xenophobia here. What we're trying to fight here is the unfairness that is being faced by black South Africans and South Africans in general. They could be colored or Indian or white or whatever the case may be, because we are the ones that are suffering because of job insecurity, because jobs are being taken by illegal immigrants that are going around for cheap prices. You know that even the drivers, truck drivers who go across other African countries, they're being taken by loving where? Yeah, in South Africa. I have so many friends, guys, from outside of this country. You have no idea. I'm supporting March and March, but most of my friends here in Durban, they're not from South Africa. They're not from South Africa. Some are documented, some are undocumented. But the things that I'm saying, they know exactly. I've discussed these things with them. They know what we're talking about. It's just that they can't go in lives and start making like they are betraying their other African partners. Because those that are living in South Africa, they know the truth. They know the truth. I'm back again, guys. Thank you so much for staying with me. Look, Look at how clean the streets are. Guys, you gotta be proud of the Zulus. You got to be proud of these people. These people are making us proud.
Oh,